Welcome back to the Florida Bicycling YouTube channel. Today we have a review of the Mokwheel Basalt ST 2.0. This is a fast and fun bike that has lots of cool customization features. Check it out. Shipping from Mokwheel's California warehouse to Florida via FedEx took less than a week. The bike was packed nice and tight. I learned from the last e-bike I received that it's easier to cut the box open rather than try to lift the bike out of the box. Everything is secured well with foam and zip ties. An accessories box contains the headlight, LCD display, pedals, tools, charger, instructions, and loads of spare bits and pieces. It took less than an hour to unbox and assemble the Basalt 2.0. The bike ships nearly complete. You just need to install the handlebar, pedals, headlight, and fenders. All of the required tools, including a torque wrench for the disc brakes, come with the bike, and the instructions are easy to follow. The hardest part of assembling the bike was securing the fenders. Having a third hand would definitely be helpful here. The battery is pre-charged from the factory, which is a nice touch, as you can get out and ride as soon as everything is assembled. I'll get into all of the features of the Basalt 2.0 and changes from the first version, but one of the most obvious changes in the 2.0 versus the prior version is that it's only available on a step-through frame. To be totally honest, I don't remember the last time I rode a bike with a step-through frame, but the Basalt helped dispel any bias that I had toward the style. In fact, when compared with a similar-sized standard e-bike, the Basalt 2.0 is much easier to get on and off, thanks to the step-through frame design. I'm officially a fan of the style. My biggest gripe with the Basalt 2.0, and it's a relatively minor one at that, is that the display is not viewable when wearing polarized sunglasses. Anyone who lives in Florida and spends any time on the water will likely have polarized sunglasses. Besides that issue, the display is bright and easy to see in sunlight. It's also very easy to detach and reattach when needed. The main screen shows relevant ride data such as speed, pedal assist level, battery charge level, riding time, and trip distance. The display has a settings menu which is activated by holding down both turn signal buttons, where among other things you can change the display brightness, throttle speed, and intensity. I was able to increase the throttle speed to 28 miles per hour, which is cool, but I wasn't able to achieve pedal assist speeds of more than 28 miles per hour, even though I increased the speed in the settings menu. The top speed I was able to hit while all-out pedaling on a flat road was almost 35 miles per hour. You can also change each pedal assist level's max speed. Another useful setting is that you can disable the throttle setting altogether. Both of these settings are good options if a child rides this bike and you want to limit how fast they can ride. The settings menu also allows you to configure the intensity setting, which allows the acceleration mode of the motor from smooth to sporty. One new feature that I really welcome is the addition of turn signals. The signal indicators are built into each of the seat stays in the bike's rear triangle. When the turn signals are active, a turn signal icon surfaces on either side of the control screen to remind you that the signal is on. The rear triangle is also home to additional brake lights that complement the one below the rear rack. Besides looking very cool, these are definite safety enhancements. The display also shows an icon when the headlight, which is activated by a button on the control panel, is on. We don't have many hills on the southwest coast of Florida, but I did test the Basalt on a few bridges, and the bike had absolutely zero problem riding up the inclines in either throttle or pedal assist modes. The torque sensor is responsive, with the motor kicking in after 1 or 2 pedal strokes. When using the throttle and the default intensity level, the bike is very peppy. The cruise control feature is activated by holding down the pedal assist minus button when the throttle is activated. It's a little tricky to hold down the throttle and the minus button with one hand. It would be easier to activate cruise control if the throttle and button cluster were on opposite sides of the handlebar. Also, it appears that cruise control will set the speed to the max speed of whichever pedal assist mode you're in. When push assist, which is also triggered by holding down the pedal assist minus button, but only when the bike is stopped, is activated, an icon also surfaces. Push assist moves the bike at 3 miles per hour while the button is held down. It took me a while to realize that push assist, as the name implies, is meant to help push the bike when you're off the bike, pushing it, not actually riding it. Presumably because of the turn signals, the button cluster has been redesigned. At first I found myself pressing the turn signal button instead of the pedal assist adjustment button, but I soon got used to the new placement. Instead of an electronic horn, the Basalt 2.0 is now equipped with a traditional bell. While I like the horn feature found on many e-bikes, I find the bell to sound more friendly, so I'm happy with this change as well. The battery is locked in place by a key and secured with a spring-loaded latch. To remove it, you turn the key, which releases the battery, and then turn the latch to allow the battery to disengage from the frame. Putting it back is the same process in reverse. Insert the battery, turn the latch, and then remove the key. The battery can be charged on or off the bike. When off the bike, it has a charge level indicator so you can see how much charge is available. In addition to the charging port, the Basalt has a port that allows you to connect an inverter, which can be used to charge small electronic devices, such as cell phones, laptops, and coffee makers. When charging, a red LED is illuminated. When the bike is fully charged, the LED turns green. Like most e-bikes in its class, the Basalt 2.0 uses a 7-speed Shimano drivetrain. The rear cassette has 7 speeds and is attached to a Shimano tourney rear derailleur. Shifting is accomplished via a 7-speed index shifter. I'm also very happy with the brakes. The Textro hydraulic disc brakes are very responsive and provide ample stopping power. When the brakes are activated, brake lights on each side above the rear dropouts and one attached to the rear rack illuminate. The rear rack is covered by an attractive wooden platform with Mokwheel engraved in it. Another nice touch of the Basalt is that the tires have a reflective stripe on each side, which is great for added visibility at night. The front suspension fork dampening is adjustable via a dial. It can be set to varying levels of squishiness and also has a lockout mode where the fork stays rigid. Overall, I'd recommend this e-bike to anyone who wants an easy and fun way to get around town. The customization options of the motor speed and responsiveness are quite handy, and the step-through frame and safety enhancements are a welcome addition to the Basalt line. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions about this bike or you want to purchase one, there's a link down there in the description, and there's also a promo code that you can use to